Happy Valentine's Day, everyone! For the first video of this year, I thought it would be interesting to take a look at some trailers for movies that are coming out later this year. It's interesting because these are some of my favorite franchises of all time, and they are all getting sequel films this year. Madoka Magica is my favorite anime of all time. Mario is my favorite video game franchise of all time, and Toy Story is my favorite film franchise of all time. There are 3 films I want to discuss more in depth with today. Madoka Magica, Walpurgisnacht Rising, the Super Mario Galaxy movie, and Toy Story 5. Now, the reason why this isn't classified as a Riot Animation review is because there is nothing to technically review. None of these movies are out yet. I don't review trailers or classify them as reviews because they are previews of said products, not the finalized product. This is not the first time I have made a video on the trailer before. I did this before in the past for Inside Out 2. I predicted that it would fail or at least be bad, and yet it ended up being much better than the original. I also gave some thoughts for Frozen 3 and 4. I made both these videos and yet no longer have them in my files for whatever reason and have no interest in ever remaking the videos in question. Why am I doing this for these 3 movies? Well, because of how much they mean to me, and each one gives me a lot to talk about that I want to talk about. And waiting for their actual movies to come out seems kinda boring, because they give me enough things to say now. Nothing is finalized, obviously, but it's interesting to see my current thoughts/predictions. Talking about trailers is also something I've been wanting to do for a while now. For those not in the know, film trailers are a dead art. People complain about how movies have become formulaic in the past decade, but this is even worse in the trailer department. In fact, often good movies can have a bad reputation due to bad trailers. Have you ever seen the trailer for Coraline? Actually, don't fucking bother, especially if you have never seen the movie. I love Coraline, best movie of 2009 and should have won the anime Oscar. But the trailer literally gives the twist away in the film, so it makes me lose suspicion, which is something you don't want your viewers acting like going into the film. It's terrible to give your twist away in the trailer.
Discover the magic again.
You are a real boy.
Or experience it for the first time.
Spoilers much? Jeez. How are you supposed to react to that? Like, what if you never saw the film ever? And that's your fucking first experience? That's a stupid trailer. That's fucking bullshit. People have often said the original Star Wars movie had a bad trailer, which is amazing considering it's one of the most profitable franchises of all time. Before the internet, a trailer actually would determine the success of your movie. Dinosaur 2000 looked like some sort of epic fantasy, using a technique like what The Lion King did and using the opening scene of said movie to advertise your film. It really looked good, like it was going to be the next Lion King, but what we got in the end was...
What you need is a little help from the love monkey.
Yeah, that. Compare this to The Emperor's New Groove that came out around the same time. Anyone that watches it will tell you it's an amazing movie, but it's also underrated. Why? Because the trailers made it look like it was going to be some cheesy children's comedy that starred David Spade. Trailers aren't always bad. Speaking of The Lion King, it still has one of the best trailers to this day. All it did was show the beginning scene of the movie, but it was all that it needed to suck the audience in to show off how big in scale it was. My personal favorite trailers are when they poke fun at beloved movies and make parodies of them, essentially all 4 of the Lilo and Stitch trailers at the Disney Renaissance. The whole dead art prospect comes down to the fact that almost every single movie nowadays doesn't have trailers per se. What they really are just the actual 2-hour movie condensed down into 2 minutes. It comes across as, why should I spend $20 to see this 2-hour movie when I can save money and see it condensed into 2 minutes? I slightly joke about that, but there are films that are like that. We'll go in chronological order for the 3 films. Talk about the one coming out first. With all that said, let's begin. Madoka Magica, Walpurgisnacht Rising is a film that's coming out on March 13th. Wait, Friday the 13th?
It's Friday the 13th. Which means we have to be extra careful today.
I've been really excited for this film for a long time. I started watching Madoka Magica in 2023, and after I finished it, the trailer for this movie got released. Nice timing. I've been hyper-focused on this franchise a lot recently, but that's because last year, I started writing a gigantic fanfiction of this crossover with Ace Attorney. I call it Homura Academy Ace Attorney Madoka Magica. I will work on that more after this video is done. For this video here, we'll be looking at the available trailers that we have so far, as in all that we were given before January 1st of this year. There are 5 to look at. The idea of Walpurgisnacht Rising is that it's meant to take place right after Rebellion. Hamura ripped apart Madoka's godhood, and then she ends it with saying,
I knew it. They always did look better on you.
and we don't know anything about the franchise afterwards. We got plenty of prequel stuff like Magia Record, which apparently only the anime is a prequel while the video game is a separate universe. Okay then? Recently, they made what we know into a 3D video game, even making Rebellion into a 3D video game. There even was a thing that came out last year called Magia Exedra, which is an RPG based on the Madoka franchise. In terms of lack of knowledge, I could say the same about this fourth movie. At present, there are no plans for an English dub. I'm not saying that the Japanese dub is bad, but it's just that
この世の呪いと戦える
I prefer my characters to be able to speak a language that I can understand. Yes, I watch my anime dub. I always prefer to hear English voices. It helps with the experience, and it can lead to bits of comedy.
Foreman speaking. Oh, yes. What? What?
Thank you very much.
Get back here! Hey! Wait a minute!
Only in the English dub can I say that Lilo and Squidward are together, lol. The Japanese language is important, yes, it is the original language of this project, and in terms of comedy, without it, we wouldn't get the word waifu.
女の人の写真綺麗な人やな誰
My wife.
But I'm a dub guy. Weebs get mad at that. I told a woman this once at my workplace and she sounded a bit hissy towards me regarding that, claiming that it wasn't artistic enough. Speaking of weebs, I found this one comment. Lesbians will literally restart a new timeline instead of going to therapy is the most Madoka Magica line of all time. Thank you, Heinthal, for stating this. And it's unsettling how everyone's eating sweets, but Sayaka gets a shot glass full of despair. Yeah, bad luck for her. Also, Hamura's dance pose with Madoka is the most lesbian thing ever. Yes. So, what can I make of this movie so far? Like, what do I predict is gonna happen? The best that I can say is that shit is gonna go down. But other than that, I'm not so sure. They state that there is a conspiracy brewing. I'm unsure what the conspiracy is at the moment. Is it about Hamura? Kyubey? The two new girls? Walpurgisnacht? Madoka? Heck, it could be something that we have not seen yet. Hamura is still not giving a shit about Sayaka, which I'm all in on, lol. Her statement, Sayaka Miki, your concerns are not baseless, is all the proof that I need for her attitude towards her. Although that sounds a bit similar to when Ace Attorney said, oh, I assure you, it's quite based. Looking at the animation in the 5 trailers, it's using a similar quality to what Rebellion did over the original television series. But it seems even higher quality than before. But that could be that technology has improved in the last 13 years since the previous film came out. But seriously, the quality is similar to Makoto Shinkai's films. I love how the Holy Quintet all have new costume designs. Each girl looks different than they did in the past. These updates are really appealing. Also, Hamura looks different with a different headband in every trailer. Also, Nagisa is spinning around the pole saying, "Wee!" It's just so cute. You might notice that Madoka is using a modern phone. Some seemed confused by this regarding timelines, since the original takes place in 2011, but it never bothered me because Mitaki Hara has always been ahead in technology, the anime has showcased this, and this line from Rebellion.
Okay, class. Just because the date of the Mayan apocalypse has passed, don't you dare think you're safe. This is the beginning of the end times, kiddos. We'll have a solar and lunar eclipse on the holy days of a certain religion, totaling 6. Isn't that scary? You better believe it.
So it doesn't surprise me seeing Madoka with an updated phone. I think my school still used chalkboards when this show originally came out in 2011. Like, Hamura's school has all this updated stuff while my school only had chalkboards and some smartboards. Even though we had smartboards, they weren't as advanced as the ones shown in the anime. The character most noteworthy in this is this girl that could be Hamura, or it could be not. She may not even be real. Some say that she is some sort of defect that was made when Hamura created the new world, having elements of all 5 of the Holy Quintet. Only Madoka seems to notice her, and you'll notice in the one trailer shot how the water runs down her. This is why some say she is not even real. Holding a white umbrella, huh? If there's anything that I learned about Japanese women holding white umbrellas, it's that you should not trust them. I definitely want to know the case of Sayaka's injury. Speaking of Ace Attorney, anyone get vibes of Apollo's injury from Dual Destinies? Some theorize for Sayaka that she is like that because Hanma removed her healing ability. Considering Hanma is trolling towards Mami, Kyoko, and Sayaka at the end of Rebellion, it's possible that Hanma could have caused this as well. The new random black hair girl is not the only new mystery girl worthy of discussion. In the trailers, we see two new girls, a green hair one and an orange hair one. These two also prove that there are still magical girls. We don't know at present who these two are, what their names are. I heard some theories go around that they are protectors of Kyubey, trying to destroy Madoka herself. These two girls could also be previous witches now turned. We don't know the deal on the whole witch concept in this universe. Hell, Walpurgisnacht, the witch whose name is in the title of this movie, appears nowhere in any trailer. I have seen some shots in real life Japan advertised in the movie, but nothing else. You know, if anything, these girls can be just like Nagisa, a witch in the anime who showed off her magical girl side in Rebellion. The thing that makes this movie very unique in its advertising is how mysterious it is. In almost every single other movie ever, I can sorta predict what's gonna happen. There is not a single second in this that makes me state, oh yes, this is gonna happen in the movie at least. Nope, nothing for Walpurgisnacht Rising. Madoka Magica is a franchise known for subversion, especially in its marketing. When the show first got released, it marketed itself as a kiddie magical girl show like Do-Re-Mi, or for those unfamiliar with anime, be like My Little Pony Generation 3 as humans. But then the actual show, by the end of episode 3, showed that it's actually a psychological horror show. This was years before things like Doki Doki Literature Club that popularized that idea. And for Walpurgisnacht Rising, it didn't change a bit. I have no idea what the fuck is gonna happen in the movie. It's that open-ended. I would rather be left in the dark with a trailer than the whole movie spoiled. Have you ever seen Teenage Kraken? I saw its trailer before the movie, and it looked like it gave away the climax of the film in the trailer. And well, I saw the movie now, and I was 100% right. One thing that is fun to joke about is the happiness in the franchise per se. Hanma and Monaco will get a happy ending. The new movie will have Hanma and Monaco kiss each other. The world will finally be at peace, and will end with the two of them married. For real though, what do I hope for in this movie? Well, for Hanma and Madoka to stop suffering, especially Hanma. When Squidward from SpongeBob SquarePants and Meg Griffin from Family Guy are now less tortured than you, then it's time for you to heal. I want to see the two heal the world, remove all witches and magical girls and have them get married. Then my favorite ship will be complete. Some theorize this will not be the finale of Madoka Magica. That's fine, though there are others saying this is the start of something new, like a new trilogy. Hopefully that doesn't take too long to wait for, especially with how long we had to wait for this movie. Waiting for Walpurgisnacht Rising be like,
I'm ready! I'm ready! I'm ready!
if this is the start of a new trilogy, I hope they do it with new characters. It seems like the story for Hanma is pretty much done. We had an anime series with her, a prequel series, a video game adaptation, and 2 movies. I think it's time to focus on someone new in this franchise. Oftentimes, a franchise will go on for too long using the same character, but what they may not realize is that the problem isn't the concept, it's the characters. The world of Madoka Magica has infinite potential. In this universe, we've only seen the concept of magical girls in one specific city. 2 if you technically want to count Kyoko. There are so many places on Earth. You don't have to just limit yourself to Japan. It'd be cool to see magical girls in other locations. When I think of franchises that did this, Ace Attorney comes to mind. Apollo's game was supposed to focus on Apollo. According to my research, Phoenix wasn't supposed to be in the game and he was meant to be done originally. That's what the guy behind the franchise wanted, but his colleagues at Capcom wanted him for marketing reasons. Athena's first game had her start the game, but then Phoenix hijacks her case. Essentially, for Madoka, either pass the torch to someone else or end the franchise. It's been going on for 15 years. I think that's enough time to tell Hanma's story. We spent more time with this franchise than the number of years Hanma has been looping time. And when I say pass the torch, I don't mean do another Magia record where you use past characters mixed with new. People get tired of those, as I learned from Total Drama making that mistake a decade ago. I want new characters straight up. You can still be in Japan for all I care, but let's have a new set of characters. Hell, a different country could be beneficial to more storytelling potential. Even setting it in America could be fun. And these are my thoughts so far for Walpurgisnacht Rising. I look forward to seeing it in theaters. Assuming that this movie doesn't get delayed again, and if you think that is a joke, the Super Mario Galaxy movie is getting released on April Fool's Day. What a joke. Super Mario Galaxy is my favorite video game of all time. In fact, when the movie was first announced, I replayed the entire game just to honor the new movie. So I'm definitely interested in seeing a movie based on the game. The first Mario movie that was made by Illumination was really good. They definitely proved that they have the talent to make a sequel. What I find strange is the fact they jumped right to Galaxy. I'm not saying that you couldn't have made a movie on Galaxy, but I thought it would have come out after other Mario movies would have been made first. Like having Super Mario Sunshine be made into a movie, or maybe even Super Mario 64 into a film. But I think I figured out the reason why they went to this right away. You see, most movie franchises fall out of popularity after the second film. It's like a bowl of cereal. You probably will enjoy the second bowl the most because it has the best overall taste, and going for a third bowl will be too much for your stomach. So it's best to do the Galaxy movie now to maximize profits, and that is perfectly fine. My favorite joke so far in this is seeing Bowser greet Luigi cool while practically ignoring Mario. And having Jack Black with his voice pitched up just makes it funnier.
Hey, Luigi! What's up, Mario?
Yoshi is going to be in this movie. Technically, that's a concept from Super Mario Galaxy 2, not the original game. I have no idea who voiced him yet, and as far as I can tell, no one does. Yoshi appears to be a major character in the film so far. Good for me to hear because I love Yoshi, although I never really liked using him in Super Mario World to jump to a higher place via getting rid of him. That's sad. Why does Mario have to kill Yoshi? It's not like Yoshi came out of nowhere. He was in the original movie post-credit scene, albeit in his egg, but close enough. Peach is gonna be in this film, that should be obvious. So far, I saw an ad of her ice skating and hitting a hockey puck with her umbrella. It's clear that Illumination doesn't want Princess Peach to be a damsel in distress like how she is in the video games, and I am all in on that. In one scene of the trailer, we see Peach flying over a planet. The planet contains mostly water and bloopers. It looks very similar to Drip Drop Galaxy from the first Super Mario Galaxy game. The only difference is that I didn't notice any eels here, or penguins. Please add some penguins to the movie. I also love the design of the launch star. The original launch star for Super Mario Galaxy looks good too, but that design wouldn't blend well with the art style of this movie. So it had to be changed. And what we get is something really beautiful. Speaking of beautiful, the Centennial Star Festival just looks so gorgeous. I really want to see that on the big screen. Despite this movie being based on Super Mario Galaxy, it looks like we are getting elements of Super Mario Odyssey in this as well, as showcased with Mario and Luigi riding motorcycles leading up to an upside down pyramid. It looks like the Sand Kingdom. Even the T-Rex from Odyssey returns in this movie. Not the only other Mario game for references. In one trailer, Luigi wears a frog suit. That's a direct power-up from Super Mario Bros. 3. Birdo also appears in this. Birdo has had an interesting history, starting off as an enemy in Super Mario Bros. 2, and then evolving into a character that you can play as in various Mario games, such as Mario Sports, Karts, and Party games. She also appears as a joke character in the Paper Mario games. I feel like there's going to be way more Mario movies than these two, and I'm all in on that. I want to see Daisy in the future movie with how wild of a character that she is. Mario is a franchise that has infinite potential and more often than not shows. I'm sure everyone is excited about seeing Rosalina. So far we see her with Mega Leg and that she's gonna kick ass with her wand. I hope that's what ends up happening. Yes! That's what I want to see more of. Mario women being badass. Brie Larson is playing Rosalina in this upcoming movie. I don't know much about her, but some people complain how she seems too young to play Rosalina. I mean, she's only 36. I get what people are coming from, but I don't know. We never technically know Rosalina's age in Mario as a whole, as well as every other character. She could be older or younger than Peach for all we know. People thought 10 years ago Rosalina was Luigi and Peach's daughter, so... From the trailers that I've seen, I didn't see anything wrong with her performance, and I don't know much about her works other than Captain Marvel from Avengers. And to end off her part, some criticize for having two badass princesses, but like, I don't see why not. Peach going from damsel to badass reminds me of Webby from DuckTales, where she was just a typical girl cliche in 1987 to an actual fun character in the 2017 version. Lastly, let's talk about Bowser Jr. He was introduced in Super Mario Sunshine, but they're rewriting his introduction for this movie. That's fine. Plenty of products over the years through adaptations change how a character is introduced. I love Luigi fighting Bowser Jr. here. That's cute. Bowser Jr. is played by Benny Safdie. I know nothing about this guy and never heard of him before this movie, so this will be my introduction to him as a whole. It also comes across that Luigi will be doing more this time around instead of just being the damsel in distress, lol, like in the first movie. Sure, you could have called this the Super Mario Bros. 2 movie, but that's just a nitpick to me. Everything in this movie looks exciting and I can't wait to see it in theaters later this year. All I ask for is to use the music like in the original game and use a full-on orchestra, not just random 80s songs like what the first film used. Lastly, for our movie trailers that we are looking at today, we are looking at Toy Story 5. Remember when 3 was supposed to be the last one, and then 4 was supposed to be the last one? Well, it looks like the ride never ends. Disney's gotta make over $1 billion for a movie somehow. Do I think 5 will be the last? No. They're gonna keep going. It'd be nice for 5 to be the last, but I doubt it. I thought 3 and 4 would have been the last, but look how that turned out. Both films from the 2010s made over $1 billion. Yeah, no shit, Disney won't cancel this franchise. I will say this, I think having the plot of the movie be about the toys rebelling against tablet technology is the perfect plot for a Toy Story movie. Let's be honest with ourselves, the sad truth of reality is that children these days don't play with toys as much. Technology has children on electronic devices instead of toys. It's funny really, over a decade ago, I remember on a bus ride someone showed me a potential Toy Story 4. This was years before Toy Story 4 came out. They showed images of the first 3 movies, and the 4th movie showed a picture of Bonnie on a tablet while all the toys were in the trash. Obviously it wasn't the real movie as this was like 2013 or 2014, but this prediction feels accurate for Toy Story 5. Let's talk about the thing that everyone has been talking about, and that of course is Woody. Unlike Cube, where I'm fine seeing him in the picture since we saw him alive at the end of Rebellion, I have to immediately question why the fuck we see Woody with Bonnie's toy gang. Considering Toy Story 4 ended with him splitting up, not to mention pretty far away, unless the circus traveled to Bonnie's town. It's not as confusing as Palpatine returning in Star Wars Episode 9 The Rise of Skywalker for 2019, but I must say, they better have a good explanation for Woody to return. I guess Woody just came back to help. What if they moved away? Did he memorize their address? And even if he did memorize it, it's pretty far away for a toy. What I find odd is that they showed this in the trailer. I'm not against bringing Woody back, but isn't it a major spoiler to show him back in the trailer? This would be like if The Lion King showed Mufasa dying in the trailer. I remember this fan animation showing a cool Toy Story 5, basically showcasing it's been years and the idea of toys dying as well. We see Andy dying and the two die together, Andy and Woody. I think that would be a cooler idea instead of where we're getting now. But I get it, if they did that, it'd make kids sad and such and blah blah blah. Why not? It'd be a nice ending. Or at least a satisfying one where you don't have to continue milking a franchise. I wonder who will play both of the potato heads in this, considering both their actors have died. I hope we see Ducky and Bunny in this. They were my favorite characters of the 4th film. He and Peel are a great comedic duo.
Flush rush! Oh, I like that, huh? You got flush rush, son! Dan, get those knees up! Let's see those feet!
Or we can get more toys to kids.
Yeah, let's do that.
I'm curious how Forky will be in this. We see a knife that was introduced in the credits of the 4th film. Her name is Karen Beverly. I really loved his role in the 4th.
Forky, listen to me very carefully. This is important. Tell Buzz to get the RV to the merry-go-round. You understand?
Absolutely. What is a merry-go-round?
The spinny ride with lights and horses.
Oh, you mean a carousel?
Yes, yeah, carousel. Yes, meet me at the carousel.
Got it.
And I want that charm he has to continue here and see what he does with Karen. With that said, continuing a franchise at the very least should make it good. Andrew Stanton is the main director of this film, and he's done plenty of great work at Pixar, being the director of films like Finding Nemo, WALL-E, and Finding Dory. Although, from what I was able to gather so far about the story, it feels like they're kind of retreading on past Toy Story movies. It's about a new member of the gang. like the first Toy Story. Buzz has to deal with evil Buzz, like the second Toy Story. Adapting to change, like the third Toy Story. Claiming to be the end, like the fourth Toy Story. Even that last claim, technically all the Toy Story movies can claim that. I guess the Buzz one is different this time as a glitch occurred in a bunch of them, but still, it sounds like Tim Allen will fight Tim Allen again.
Tell me I wasn't this deluded.
And the most recent movie of the Toy Story franchise was a royal receipt. Lightyear is the worst film Pixar ever made. It was the worst grossing Pixar film until Elio took that spot last year. Keep in mind, how much a movie makes does not determine the quality. I hate the film Lightyear, and even if it did well, I would still hate the film because it's garbage. And even using the tablet has been done prior. Remember the Christmas special? Yeah, it was done there. While that felt like a different direction than this, the idea has technically been done before. I will see Toy Story 5, but like, please stop at this one. And that's all that I got for now for these three. Like I said, none of them are out yet, and I only look at their trailers that came out in 2025. Of the three, I think the best one will be Madoka Magica. I'm most excited for the Super Mario Galaxy movie, and I'm skeptical about Toy Story 5. Let me know what you guys think of these movie trailers so far. It'd be cool to know if you're as interested as I am about these three films. I will see you all in the next video.